Who the fuck?
I'm not really sure how to share on my phone and not leave the room, so
You know, forward it.
okay.
I'm not the most competent in technology either.
I know, that's why we have a team, bro. I did something without Dub's help.
Hey, friends, we are finally live. Brian will be popping back in. I see he must have ran to the bathroom because that wait time in the beginning there, Danny, was quite out of control. But hey,
It
friends,
was.
thanks for joining us on our live video tonight. We may have some technical difficulties, but that's live. That's what we do. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to promote a wrestling show. Ask your questions in the comment section. We'll put some of them up tonight. Danny, before we get started, I got to plug all these little things here. As you guys saw in the opening credits there, Crander Q, #1 beard in professional wrestling podcasting. What? Self-proclaimed title. That is a shot at Leroy. That's how you get quick heat here. Danny, we're going to get Brian back on with us here. Hopefully he
Hello?
is able to join us. We got a box. There he is. There he is. We were just doing a quick little intro, letting everybody know that we're going to be promoting a show, answering some questions. But we're here also to talk about their wrestling fandom, folks. But we're going to start with Danny. What is your first earliest wrestling memories?
Well, first off, can I say your beard is pretty epic? I mean,
Thank you. And I
yeah,
did not pay Danny to say that.
no, he did not. He did not. My first exposure to wrestling that I remember is I was in Marshfield, Wisconsin, and my mom took me to see AWA wrestling. If I'm dating myself, that tells. And the first wrestler I ever met was Jimmy Snuka.
Oh, okay.
And then the first match I can ever remember, and this is going to sound very cliche, and I apologize, but Hogan versus Andre. I was hooked after that.
I mean, it was everywhere. It was
Oh,
played
yeah.
like on everything to promote that match and the WWF at the back. So I don't fault you. I remember seeing it so much as a kid, and then him riding off in that thing and everybody throwing garbage at him. So,
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah.
yeah. How about for you, Brian? What are some of those first earliest wrestling memories you got?
I can't really tell you. I mean, the first live event I saw was NWA in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which,
Okay.
that's north. That was a Southern Territory coming up here. And that night it was like Ric Flair versus Nikita Koloff was the main event.
Oh, okay.
Road Warriors and Baron Von Reschke versus the Midnight Express and Big Bubba Rogers. So that,
Okay.
yeah, you want to talk about dating yourself? Yeah.
Bunch of old guys in the chat here, folks.
Yeah,
And Brian, I mean, you look like Baron Von Raschke yourself. I mean, you could just run around with that claw and start signing autographs. He doesn't look like he has aged a day since the 70s. I mean, he's the first real pro wrestler that I met, and he put the claw in my head, and I was a little freaked out, like, what is happening? Why is this dude touching me? It's probably why I don't like
when you
strangers
were an
touching me
adult or
these days.
kid? Sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, what a treasure to the wrestling business. He's been doing a few limited appearances as well. I got to meet him at the Fan Fest in Minneapolis last year for First Wrestling. And if you don't know, we talk about First Wrestling all the time here because that is one of my favorite promotions. But you guys are going to be putting on an event, and we will get to that a little bit later here. But Danny, speaking of events, you said your mom took you to that first event. Is there anything that really stuck out about that event? Was there like a key matchup, or was there your mom bought you, say, a foam finger or anything? Is there anything that?
Well, I was 3 years old.
Oh, okay.
So I only remember like fragments and bits and pieces. I remember getting to touch the wrestling ring for the first time, and
Very nice.
I was just enamored by it. I could probably tell you more stories about my first ECW show because I was like 13.
Yeah,
I remember
brag
that
about
one.
it, man. Like, this is your chance to brag. So
yeah. So I got to see ECW live at Kellogg Arena, and that was an experience. I remember this dude spilling beer on the dude next to me, and then they got into like
an ECW event. I don't believe you.
Yeah, they got into a shoving event, and then like some guy got kicked out for trying to take bets to the wrestling match. I kid you not. This is a real thing. And the thing that sticks in my mind the most is Chris Chetty, Chaz's cousin, for everybody that likes a little bit of trivia or whatever. He kissed my aunt.
Oh,
and it pissed my uncle off so bad. But that's what I remember. ECW was as wild as they put on. I remember just feeling on like being on high heaven for the first last 2 weeks of that summer, because that I don't know if you remember, but ECW was the ticket to get if you were a kid into cult. We called it cult wrestling back then, before I knew what indie wrestling, the term indie wrestling was. It was like a cult following, So that's what I knew to call it by. So it was a lot of fun.
Now I have to ask, did you get a new uncle by chance?
They have been divorced for 10, 12 years now.
Oh, okay. So your uncle married the pro wrestler. Perfect.
Your aunt. No, my aunt.
Oh boy, show's going off the rails right away.
Yeah. My aunt. They got a divorce. Not really. It might have been related, but
gotcha.
Yeah. Let's be honest. Chris Chetty would have whooped his ass. Sure.
How about for you, Brian? Anything significant that pops out about those first live wrestling moments?
It was just, that first event, it was amazing. It's like, these are people I've watched. Well, NWA was every Saturday night, and like, I'm seeing them live in person, and It was just incredible, and that's the only time NWA ever came to Grand Rapids. After that, it was always WWF.
Gotcha. And those NWA and AWA days, man, they're it's sad, but it's also it's business. Vince buying all of that stuff because they all had great rosters. Like they would shuffle them. Flair would be in the Florida territory, then he's up in the AWA. I mean I kind of wish some respect that was still like that today, where they could shuffle to different promotions so we could get those matchups like, where someone from AEW filters in to a WWE ring, and then, they're there, and then that WWE talent will filter over, the other side. I mean, we're kind of seeing that with TNA and WWE and AAA, but it would be kind of cool to see more of that shuffle just for funsies, on the big pay-per-views, and kind of, solidify those rivalries.
Right. And I'm with you.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, within the last year, I've seen I've seen Aiden English. I've seen the guy who used to wrestle as his tag team partner, the name I'm blanking on right now. The Vaudevillians. I've seen Heath Slater.
Simon
they're all going to independent shows now, which is, you got a better chance of meeting them there than you ever do when they're at a freaking company.
Yep. I mean, look what Matt Cardona's doing. He's he's like the top guy out there on every show. So.
Or look at Dan Housen. If he was to leave AEW, he's still, people are going to go to see him, and I've seen him a time or two.
Yep. But back to you there, Danny. We don't want to take the show from you here. Well, I do. It's my show, but
it's fine. It's your show, man. We're just here to hang out, aren't we, Bri?
That's right.
Yeah,
we're here to talk wrestling, talk manly stuff, and talk about our favorite wrestling. So
yes,
as you can see, I kind of like wrestling, at least independent level. I mean, you look at here, I got a sign post for the Den, various talent.
All right, since we're segueing into that, who are some of your favorite indie talents there, Brian?
I love me some Josh Morris, Isaiah Moore, Travesty. I mean, you see that right there.
Okay.
And my favorite are big beefy tag teams like the Den. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Not too much, but I'm definitely going to ask for some links after the episode here so I can make more friends, pun intended.
I don't. Yeah, I know they wrestle in We Love Wrestling, which I don't know where that is in relationship to you. And also, Twist and Flip, they're on the smaller side of tag teams. They're fucking awesome too.
Yeah. How about Danny? Are you in that area as well? Correct.
Yes. Well, here's the thing.
He's about 40 minutes south of me.
Yes. So here's the thing. I handle most of the music side of Vigilante Entertainment Group, which is the parent company that Lethal Lucha runs under. And so I don't necessarily get to go out to shows very often like Brian does.
Okay.
Because we're just, sometimes our schedules don't match up because unfortunately both brands of entertainment always happen on a Friday or Saturday. So therefore, but I've been in the business for 20 years and I can tell you who some of my favorites are.
Yeah.
Congo Kong, Nelson, what do they call them? Nerds, right? Nerds, really good. I'm a big fan of Josh Morris as well. The stuff that I've seen. The Midwest Misfits are really hot right now.
I like that.
Hottest team in the whole fucking state.
Yeah,
we'll have to like swap, because we got the Summit over by us. They're a good tag team. They were collecting straps there for a while. We got Riley Jackson and NDS. Those guys are pretty great. Riley Jackson is like that heartthrob. I think it's so funny that the girls get all excited for Riley Jackson, and then the dudes get mad because the girls are all into Riley Jackson. So I love a great heel when they do that. I'm just, thinking of Rick Rude with his, airbrush kites,
Yes.
Rick Rude, WWF was peak performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Especially when he came out with Jake's wife on his crotch. Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh,
pro wrestling, folks. If you're watching,
Yes.
yeah.
the
Her
thing
name-
you saw
remember-
when you were in the 80s. So.
Brian, remember her name was Cheryl?
Cheryl Roberts. Yep.
Cheryl, yep.
And no one does any cool airbrush tights like that anymore. It's all,
Rob Van
stitched
Dam
up
was
or-
pretty much the end of it.
Yep. I know Ryback did there a little bit, but yeah, we won't talk about Ryback. Everybody gets a little heated for Ryback. But folks, if you want to ask Brian some questions as well as Danny, make sure
I actually like him, but
yeah, he is a good guy. I mean, I've talked to him when he was at a local show. He seems really nice. Yeah, he's a little, but I mean, who's in wrestling? But yeah, I had a very
you got a
personal
physique like
experience
that,
with
you're
him,
going to have an ego.
What's that?
Right.
I said you have a physique like that, you're going to have a bit of an ego.
Yeah, and I mean, if you don't think you're the best at something, what's the point of trying? You know what I mean? That's why I'm the number one beer in pro wrestling podcasting, because I got to let everybody know. Again, Crander Q, number one beard in pro wrestling podcast, self-proclaimed. But I mean, I still have a title. I don't have the real trophy, but it's in progress to be made. Somebody will 3D print me one. So
as long as the people realize it, it's all good.
Yeah. So.
Hey, if you want to get a belt made, J-Dub Belts.
There we go.
Yep, J-Dub Belts. He's out of somewhere in Detroit. My buddy Scrappy.
Near Detroit, Mike D. I know you're listening. Mike D. Shout out to Mike D. from the Wrestling from the 313. He's actually out of Detroit. I don't know if you guys.
We're going to be on their show in
doing an episode.
August.
You guys are doing a future episode with him. I kind of sniped you guys first there, but you hearing that, Mike D? They got some information on to get your little belt there. Mike D's a cool dude. He's doing some great things over there on YouTube, just killing it. Almost like 1 million views overall, 17,000 subscribers. I wouldn't say we're jealous, but we're jealous of Mike D as well as the Rejects. They got a cool thing going on with their page over there. And our sponsor, Bobby Joe, she jumped in there and said hello. She doesn't watch wrestling. She only goes because she partners with me at the vendor tables. And then we have another rivalry beard here. I just, got them all over the place. Joe Monroe, another great guy doing podcasts. Go ahead and follow Joe at the Joe Monroe Show. It's pretty easy to find, as well as Mike B, the Rejects. Yeah, he's got beard envy of me too. He had to shave his, I don't know why. He'll probably tell me now because I'm making fun of him. So, but back to you guys. Danny, do you collect anything wrestling wise? Or for me, like I collect wrestling biographies. I know this one isn't a wrestling biography. It's just the first one on the stack here, and I like to get them autographed by said talents. I got a lot of friends that'll pick stuff up for me. But is there anything that you collect in the wrestling business?
I collect.
You got a Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy?
I do have a Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy.
That is awesome. I'm jealous.
I do have that.
It's legit 80s.
Yes, it's legit 80s. I collect stuff from the 80s and 90s and 2000s of wrestling because to me that's what I was a fan of that kind of wrestling. Not to say that I'm not a fan of the stuff today, but AWA, NWA, old school ECW, that's kind of like my comfort food when it comes to wrestling. So if I see anything like from that, I'll pick it up. Like certain wrestlers that I really love, like Mick Foley and Roddy Piper.
Nice.
I love Roddy Piper. He's one of my favorites. Yep. And I'll collect anything from the 80s,
Very nice. And that was a great time period. I don't care what anyone says. Video games, movies, music. Man, I'd love to go back to the 80s. I'd like to be my age now, but be in the 80s. So,
I mean, I kind of feel like video games is finally in its renaissance.
Okay.
Because
they definitely hit that level of it's not quite garbage. I mean, I've been playing wrestling games since the very first one, which was NES Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I'm
great game, but it didn't really translate to what was happening every week you watch TV.
Yep.
Right.
Now, do you have a favorite item that out of your collection that you just love to show off to people?
Who, me? Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. I have my Hulk Hogan that everybody is jealous of. That's like almost in mint condition. I wish I still had the box. And then I have a signed photograph of Cactus Jack that my friend John Campbell from IWE gave me the day that he went off to finish wrestling school, and they said that he couldn't work for me anymore. So he felt really bad at the time. So he gave me that piece of memorabilia. At the time, it was like one of his most treasured things.
Very nice, very nice.
So he gave it to me. I hung it up in my bathroom, so every morning I get a positive vibe.
There you go. There you go.
So I would say those are my two treasured pieces of memorabilia, maybe.
Awesome.
I would say that.
How about you, Brian? I see you got like the photos behind you. Is there anything else that you kind of collect wrestling wise?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I bought
smile. He just lit up. He's just like,
I bought
some stuff. Yeah.
A referee shirt from your friend and mine, Jana, for my wife's our anniversary last year. I got a full outfit of Ace Evans. He goes by Sean Evans now.
Okay.
I've got a war vest of Mad Dog. I can't remember his last name offhand. Sorry. I just choked on that. But yeah, I like collecting independent wrestling stuff. And here's this right here is artwork of Sean Phoenix, number 2 of 20.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, one day I want to have a museum just dedicated to independent wrestling, starting in Michigan, of course, because that's what I'm most familiar with.
Yeah, and I love the indies more than anything. So like, I think that's great.
Yeah,
and I love learning about new people. Not only to get them on the show, but to see what's out there. We had a fellow wrestler here that you guys should look into for your upcoming shows here. I got to find the comment here. Johnny Cash, or not Johnny Cash, Johnny Cat. He's everybody's favorite player one. He's a video
There's a lot of player
game
ones out there. Holy crap.
He is, he's fun to talk to online. He's got a huge video game collection. He's just, making his waves out there, doing the Comic Cons. Oh, there you go. There it is. There's the dang comment. I guess you have to hit the down button. You all have to give this man a follow. He is doing cool things in the gaming and wrestling world. It's something different that you don't see all the time. And he's actually doing like autographs, like trading autographs for merchandise. And I think that's so cool. So he can build his wrestling collection and his video game collection by signing autographs. And he actually gave us autographs last year for my fundraiser show. So huge shout out to Johnny there. Give him a follow. And you guys can look to him and get him over to Michigan, because I don't know if he's been up that way. And
have him get a hold of Danny or I.
There we go. There we go. Look at that, Johnny. Hopefully we can make that work for you. What's he telling us here?
Vigilante booking.
There's a lot of people want to get into Michigan, and we're all about bringing in talent. It's not been overexposed in Detroit and what have you.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And maybe Mike D will show up at one of your guys' shows here in the future, slinging that merch. Okay. He says, I got WWF No Mercy in the box. Oh, my gosh. That's probably like $500. I'm going to try to get as many Attitude Era roster guys. Oh, my gosh. I would like fangirl out here, folks.
How many are still left, though?
that too, yeah. But that is cool. Shout out to Brandon for jumping in. Him and his son are always at the local MAW shows, coming to get some free stickers and candy from our tables. But I everyone knows by watching Friends of the Squared Circle, I have an Otis shrine up there with the Money in the Bank briefcase. I crashed his mom's birthday party. I'm sure Randy's watching and saying, "Oh, tell him about the time you went to Aces and tried to get his autograph like an idiot." Well, there it is, Randy. I said my spill. But yeah, that's my prize possession is probably the Money in the Bank, as well as I have the Dustin and Cody Rhodes AEW figure when they had that blood match where it was just blood everywhere, blood over there, blood here. And that figure I got for a birthday present from a friend. Oh my gosh, here comes Randy, everybody. Don't feed into it. He's a troll. Crander Q is putting a sleeper hold on another podcast. So that's basically I'm putting people to sleep because our podcast is not fun. You know what, Randy? Read between the lines or however that little joke
You're
goes.
here, aren't you, Randy?
Yeah, he likes to be a butthead. He watches everything. He's a good guy.
I think Randy is jealous of your luxurious beard.
Well, Randy's actually in shape, so I'm jealous of Randy for being in shape. So.
Well, I mean,
and he trains at MMA, so he'd probably choke me out.
Hey,
I'll just talk shit from behind the camera. So.
Hey, Randy, I was just joking.
Yeah, Randy's a good dude. He just likes to start shit in the chats. But we'll jump over to it now. You guys got a show coming up here. I'll let one of you guys take the lead here, and you can kind of read this off for me. So between the two of you, who wants to read it off, and then we'll start talking about that show you guys got coming up.
Go ahead, Danny. I don't have my glasses on.
That is a great clip. There we go.
we are doing a series of shows at the 4-Star Theater in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and our first one is on September 26th. It's called Lethal Lucha Resurgence. Now you're going to be able to get to see a former TNA star, Congo Kong, our heavyweight champion, and the challenger, who is a current TNA
AEW. He was on one appearance.
Sorry.
Someone knows the talent.
I stand corrected. Well, anyway, Isaiah Moore plus versus Congo Kong. It's going to be a great show. Plus, we've got like tons of other people coming in. We have some luchadors coming in from Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Winter Steel and I forget what that other dude's name is. I would have to look.
I could read it and not even tell you what it was. I'd stumble over it.
Yeah, but I can tell you that they are both very talented. We got to look at their we got to look at their highlight reel, and it's gonna be great. We're pretty excited about doing business with people over in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Like Brian said, we're interested in working with anybody from the Midwest that's cool and can give us the proper credentials or whatever.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Lethal Lucha is going to be an all-inclusive company. We got people LGBTQ plus on staff, and just know it's a safe place.
Yeah, perfect. It's a safe place for everybody. Lethal Lucha, we kind of run with that punk rock ethic where everybody's welcome until they prove.
Otherwise,
yep.
Yes. And
you guys would love First Wrestling then. Corey's saying there if he sent you his flag to get signed, if you guys would be able, mail a card, not his flag. I'm sorry. Apparently, my glasses don't work here either. They're for my face, but I can talk to them, Corey, here for you.
He wants Kong's signature?
Yeah, he collects trading cards and he's got a lot of autographs. Corey he's one of the funniest guys I know. Like some of the stuff like he says, I can't repeat on camera because he's great. Corey's a good dude. I'll have to have him make sure to like your guys' pages there.
Sounds like an LLW booking meeting, doesn't it?
Yeah, see, Randy's not even watching the whole episode. We already talked about that, Randy. Jeez, go to bed.
Well, at least he's here and it counts as a review.
Yep. We got 7 people in the chat, folks. That's crazy. Normally we get 1 or 2. I sent out a bunch of messages today to let people know we're doing a live. I usually don't do lives because technical issues, and I like to be to perfection, but I'm just trying to relax, let the OCD slide. We're having a good chat here. But,
again,
the whole technical issues is why... Before we forget. What's that? Sorry.
I was saying the whole technical issues is why when the Push with Prue recorded an interview, it was done live in person. There wasn't no drop calls or nothing. I was like, that's my preferred method. But
Gotcha.
I'm
So they
beyond
sound like
that
a better
now and
podcast. Thanks,
onto other
Brian.
things. Yeah.
I mean, Danny's mom called when we were recording, so I mean,
Twice.
they're not recording off camera, so
Twice.
shout out to Danny's mom for not interrupting. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I saw the messages.
I love my
Big
mom.
boss mom.
We love my mom. We love my mom.
Randy says, let's see here, the higher attendance is because of your guest, not the host. Oh, so you guys are bringing the views. That's what we like to hear, is that you guys are bringing in some views, all because of this great show we got coming up here. Resurgence. I can't read. I'm too far away from the screen myself. I mean, look at Isaiah Moore, man. He just looks jacked.
I know.
And then you got a big boy, you know, Congo Kong coming in there. I mean,
beefy boy. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like that's going to be a beast of a match. Like
they both look like live action comic book characters, which is kind of right down our alley. We're stoked about that.
Well, let me just say this about Isaiah Moore. When I started watching independent wrestling about 5 years ago, going to all these shows, he was just a skinny dude who was pretty incredible with high flying. Over the last 5 years, he's beefed up, and oh my God, he's like as close to perfection as you're going to find probably in the whole country. It sucks that when he was on AEW that one time, it was a 30-minute squash match. I'm like, ugh, I'm never going to watch that shit again.
The thing about Isaiah Moore that caught my eye the last couple times I saw him, he's starting to look like a literal Bruce Lee. You know, like he's like jacked like Bruce Lee.
He's looking like a pro wrestler now.
Yes.
He already had the ability. Now he's got the physique.
I don't know about y'all, but if I was Congo Kong, I'd be a little bit worried.
See, I got that Congo Kong body going on.
Yeah, you go to Cage Match and you see Isaiah Moore is a legitimate threat.
Yeah, definitely send me links and stuff that of the guys you got.
Want links? Just look up Stage Combat Network on YouTube. That's my cheap plug.
There we go. Yeah. Put it in there. That's what we're here for. And we'll follow. We'll share it out. We'll say that we followed because of you guys. I hope the show goes off better than you expect, because there's nothing better than having a full house and then knowing the next show is just around the corner.
I mean, we got
for sure
nice big things planned that we can't wait to let the cat out of the bag with. We're pretty excited. We got it's starting to kind of pan out the way we've always wanted it to.
Awesome.
I'm glad Brian and I just decided to partner up. One day he got a hold of me and he was like, "Hey man."
Yeah, out of the blue. I was so frustrated.
Why don't you go ahead and tell him?
Yeah, I was sitting there frustrated. I'm like, I'm watching all these shows, booking these matches. I know they're fucking taking from my Facebook. I'm like, why? I'm like, hey, I messaged Danny. I'm like, you still doing shows? He's like, I haven't lately. I'm like, I'm aware, but would you do shows and start booking matches I want to see? Apparently are great ideas. And and he's like, this was March maybe. So we've been working slowly towards September. We weren't going to jump at it and, get over our heads and have such a massive loss. It'd be crushing. No, we're meticulously planning, strategizing. Yeah, so when the show does go down, we're hoping for a packed house. I don't know how much this Star Theater can hold, or 4-star theater. Sorry,
I think it's close to 400 people.
Nice. Okay, that's good.
That's for a concert, though. So you gotta deduct about 100 or so for the ring, because we're not going to be up on that stage.
Oh, just let us sit in the ring. I've seen it all the time. No, skip.
I want to see the largest crowd it's ever been to that venue. So they're like, hey, I know we gave you a good deal, but the next, and we're for 3 shows, but let's talk about after that.
And that's what's so exciting is I love wrestling. So the more I can promote it and come to my neck of the woods, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? It could be all the different promotions. I don't care. Just show up, I'm coming, So before we get out of here, I forgot to tell you guys we're going to do a run of about 45 minutes, just so we don't lose too much traction here. But Danny, one female, one male, who would you, money's no option. This is hypothetical, is what you can make into reality. We're just going to put it on the internet. Who would you want at your show? They don't have to wrestle. I mean, even if they just show up, who is a female talent and a male talent that you would love to have, at a show with you?
Do they have to be alive?
Nope. No rules, really, except for, this is your hypothetical.
Alive, I would like to see former ROH champion Kelly Klein at my show.
Okay.
I don't have a celebrity crush on her, I swear.
All right, somebody get the spray bottle.
Second, and the other guy I would like to see at our wrestling show is probably Effie. I want to meet that guy.
Oh, Effie is so awesome.
I think
Effie is awesome.
I hope
I've met him.
I finally got to actually meet him. I've seen him wrestle like 5 or 6 times. And the wife loves him and Allie as like their team.
Alley Cat.
Yeah. Shout out Alley Cat. Hopefully she's healing up because she is such a sweetheart. She plays the heel to a T. But Danny, I hope you get to meet Effie because he is hilarious. I think he's a gem. So
I'm not going to go into too much, but we might have an opportunity where Effie will want to come to one of our shows.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. See, that's the cool thing about Lethal Lucha Wrestling and the people that we have running it. We don't really have any stage fright when it comes into giving our pitches to people because we come in and we're so passionate. We sell it to them, and usually by the end of the meeting, they're more excited than we are, and we're like, "Oh, hold on, slow down." Sometimes, but it's a great. We're building a great thing. We're hoping to build a great community where everybody feels represented and heard, and But first and foremost, for me, I'm just excited for everybody to see the stories that Brian, Tony, and Dub and I have worked really hard to bring to everybody. We're just stoked on it. We're kind of, wrestling fans for the wrestling fans. We're just doing our thing and just using what was given to us to do those things.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. So
and a lot of my wrestling fandom is I don't watch anything on TV anymore. It's all independents.
There's enough of it out there to keep you busy too. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
definitely.
Right. And Brian and Dub kind of keep me up to date on what's going on with wrestling because I mean I should watch more, but when I feel like watching wrestling, it's always stuff that I can watch off Peacock or YouTube.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's your fandom. I mean,
exactly.
Enjoy it. So yeah. I mean,
I'm not going to be like some hipster snot, be like, "Oh, you watch mainstream wrestling? Well, I knew this guy back when he was in a bingo hall."
Right.
That's just what appeals to me.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm always looking at the guys who are trying the hardest to get to that spot.
Yes, because those are the ones that we want to help cultivate.
Oh yeah, definitely. It helps our brand.
Yes,
and it makes them, work at their craft, makes them want to be seen more too. So
for sure.
And
I mean, I booked a guy, Vince Diamond, maybe has less than 10 matches. I see potential in him. His trainer sees potential in him. That's why they keep booking him. I'm like, this guy's going to be a star. I want to get him now.
Yes, there's
to entertain the fans and build that long-term relationship.
There's a couple kids out there like that. Kyler Coleman.
Well, he's been around a while.
Solo.
Yeah, he's been around. Yeah, another one that's been around like 6 years. Cause Solo, Kyler Coleman, Forever Young, Brutus Atwell, they all came out of the same class.
Yeah,
at House of Truth. Then now the Grind Time Wrestling.
I mean, and that was an amazing class of
the hell, yeah, fuck. That's the most amazing class they ever put out.
Right. And I'm a huge fan of Solo. He's a good dude.
He is, and if we weren't running Fridays, he would be at our shows.
Yeah. Yeah, and you guys got to get like I'm leaving the comment up there so you can see it here. To get that player one to make an impact there, you know, it'd be very interesting to see him continue to grow as well. I know he's done some stuff in Wisconsin, Minnesota, you know, Michigan. He can get that clicked off his bucket list. But yeah, you guys got to check him out. He's doing great things with comics.
Tell the player one to get a hold of one of us too.
Yep, I'll make sure to send him your information there, Brian. I'm all about being super annoying in the chats here. But before we go, Brian, those same question for you real quick. If you could have anybody on your shows, again, live or has passed, who would you like to see? Even if it's just to meet them.
I don't even have to think about it. It's Adam Coppola, a.k.a. Edge, and Trish Stratus.
Okay, I got to get the water bottle again. You guys are making me work here.
Dude, we're attitude era boys, and
I'm almost 50 years old, so
that
was my 35, sir.
Yeah. But Trish Stratus, to watch her evolve from just being TNA to freaking what she done is phenomenal. Only female I think it comes close to her is Rhea Ripley, and then you got Edge. He was just a consummate, always entertaining. Yep. He could put on an incredible match regardless who he was in there against.
And they basically put tag team wrestling, you know, as a hot commodity, not only in the 90s, but for teams in the future. I mean,
definitely.
Like Hardy Boys, they're still going. I kind of wished, you know, we would have got more Edge and Christian with, like, say, the New Day and, you know, the Revival, aka FTR, you know, Heavy Machinery. I love Otis. Yeah. But
Tony
if I could have my fantasy
to
booking,
put Edge and Christian against FTR, but
too bad the cards didn't file the right way.
Exactly.
You know, for you guys, I would love to see you guys get like somebody like Shotzi. Now that she's out there, I love her. And I'm going to do two females because no, we don't got to get the water bottle here. These aren't crushes. I love their craft. Dakota Kai, just because they're both on the indie scene right now. And I think they would be great attractions to your guys' business. And I just saw a clip where Matt Cardona ran her over with a tank, and I was like, all right, that is kind of dumb, but it's also really funny. And I'm hoping to get to meet Shotzi in September at the Mall of America for First Wrestling. Get your tickets now before they sell out. Mall of America here, folks. You'll be getting an episode about that stuff later. But I'll let her know there's a great promotion in Michigan that she's got to check out. I could slip her your card or some information, be like, hey, you got to get to Michigan. You got to get to Michigan, you know. Then she can hang out with you guys and our friend Mike. Yep. So
we do a Slampalooza wrestling every year where it's a mixture of punk rock and metal bands and wrestling. We just do one show a year where the two brands where the two products like mashed together, and that would be cool. That'd be an awesome acquisition for that for sure.
Very nice, very nice. And we'll start wrapping it up here, guys. I appreciate you being friends of the Squared Circle here. But Danny, I don't know if you heard, I got the #1 beard in pro wrestling podcasting. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, X/Twitter, TikTok, anywhere we have social medias. We're popping up. Just search Friends of the Squared Circle. We try to make it easy for you. But Danny, where can they find you? If you don't have any social medias, that's fine as well. And then Brian, you the same. And then we'll wrap this bad boy up and get everybody off to bed.
Well, you can find us at Veg Promotions on Facebook.
Okay.
And VEG Promotions on Facebook, and I think we're about to
Instagram also.
Yep, Instagram. I can't remember because we're about to launch a whole bunch of new.
Send them and we'll post them too. So
okay, we absolutely will do that. I'll
perfect.
Send them over to Brian and he'll get them to you.
Awesome.
Again, anybody that's interested in working for Lethal Lucha, just email me or Brian at Vigilante Booking.
I prefer a messenger on Facebook.
Okay.
We'll get them to you.
He prefers Facebook. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you guys want to do, everything's good. It's just those are the ways to get a hold of us, I guess.
Perfect. And I will pass on Johnny's information for you there, Brian. And don't be afraid, guys, to send me stuff to follow. I'll say you guys sent me. That way we can make you guys look like some big shots out there. But if Randy tries to follow you, just block him. I mean,
I want to block. I want to pimp my YouTube channel one more time. The Stage Combat Network.
There it is, folks.
Anybody
follow it, subscribe, share it.
Sorry, anybody that's looking to book talent, that is a good resource to use from this area. Is the Stage Combat?
No, if they're in Michigan, don't look at it. We need that talent. I'm thinking from a business perspective here.
I was just trying to get you some views, dog.
Fuck those other promoters.
I was just trying to get you some views. You know, be the change you want to be. Just trying to get you some views.
All right, guys. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for being a friend of the Squared Circle. As always, folks, if you want to be an upcoming episode and promote your shows, anything you got going on in the wrestling world, don't be afraid to reach out, guys. After this show, we'll have to get you on for the next one. One more time, we'll put those graphics up for you there. Resurgent, you got Isaiah Moore, if I could speak. That's why I don't do live. And Congo Kong there in a great matchup. You got a tag team matchup. Tag team matchup there as well with the Atlas Brothers, Midwest Misfits. I love that name. And then you got a singles match there with TJK. What's with all the letters, folks? I'm kidding. And then his opponent there, Vince Diamond. And as always, friends, make sure you check it out. More big things coming, from them there. There's the information for their September show. Guys, one last time, the Midwest goodbye, as we say. Thank you again for being friends of the Squared Circle. It's your boy, Crander Q. Crander Q out.
Yeah.